Alright, today we're going to be making molten chocolate lava cakes. So to start, you're going to want to get 2 bars or 6.5 to 7 ounces of dark chocolate. Now you can go anywhere in the range between 40 and 60%, and we're going to chop this into small pieces as we're going to melt it later. To avoid the chocolate from burning, we need to create a double boiler. So take a pot filled with a couple inches of water and bring that to just about boiling, and then place the chocolate in a heat-proof bowl right on top. We're also going to be adding in a half cup of unsalted butter, and I'm going to add this in a quarter cup at a time. And when melting your chocolate, just make sure you're constantly stirring and watching the heat so that your chocolate does not burn. Altogether, this should take about 5 minutes, and you're going to know your chocolate's done when it's smooth and glossy, at which point we're going to remove it from the heat and allow it to cool for a few minutes. Once finished, you're going to take a separate mixing bowl in which we're going to add in 2 eggs and then also 3 egg yolks, and then you're going to mix on high for a few seconds before slowly adding in a quarter cup of white granulated sugar until well combined. In the same fashion, take 1 tablespoon of dark brown sugar and slowly add that in until well incorporated. Once your chocolate is cooled for a few minutes, slowly pour in that egg and sugar mixture while constantly stirring. At this point, you're going to add in 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This is going to help thicken up the mixture and also give it that cake-like consistency on the outside. And then add in a quarter teaspoon of either kosher salt and sea salt and mix together. You can now add in any optional flavorings you like, so I'm going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract just for a little extra flavor. Now when baking, we really want to make sure the cakes do not stick to the ramekins, so to help, I'm taking a stick of unsalted butter and going to coat the sides of each ramekin, and then adding a little bit of all-purpose flour. Give it a spin and make sure that no parts of the ramekin are left untouched. Once finished, just flip over the ramekin and give it a tap to make sure you don't have any excess flour. When filling the ramekins up with chocolate, you're just going to want to slowly pour it in to make sure we're not getting too much on the outside, and then I would say fill it about 4/5 the way up. You're going to want about a 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch of space, as these cakes are going to rise a bit when baking. Final touch is to remove any air bubbles, and then we're going to put this in a 425-degree oven for about 10 minutes until the tops begin to set and are no longer liquidy. Once finished, take the cakes out of the oven and immediately put them on a wire rack for a few minutes. We just don't want to have these cakes overcook and then lose that molten chocolate inside. Then take a knife and begin to slowly and carefully poke around the edges to kind of lift up that cake from the side. Then, place a plate over the ramekin, give it a flip, tap the bottom with a knife, and then slowly remove that ramekin with a heat-proof glove. For garnishing, I'm adding a little bit of powdered sugar. You can also add some ice cream. And as you can see, that chocolate is oozing and ready to burst out of that cake. If you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.